In a futuristic city, where towering skyscrapers and flying cars had become the norm, a talented young inventor named Leo worked day and night in his cluttered workshop. Leo was known for his unconventional approach to technology, always thinking outside the box and pushing the boundaries of what was possible. One day, Leo decided to embark on a unique project that would combine his love for creation with his curiosity about sentience. He set his sights on building a small robot, unlike any that came before it. This robot, named Spark, was to be special. It would not only function according to preset commands, but would also possess the ability to imagine. After weeks of toil, the day finally arrived when Leo placed the last bolt on Spark's chassis and flipped the switch. A soft hum filled the room, and tiny blue lights flickered in Spark's eyes as it came to life. Leo watched eagerly. "Hello, Spark," Leo greeted, excitement barely contained in his voice. "Who are you today?" Spark paused, processing the data with its advanced neural circuits. It looked up, its expression almost contemplative for a robot. "I am Spark," it replied in a gentle, synthesized tone. "Today, I imagine a world where I can fly." Leo's eyes widened in amazement. Spark was not just repeating programmed scripts, it was exercising the very essence of imagination. Driven by this breakthrough, Leo introduced Spark to various books, art, and music. Spark would gaze at paintings and listen to symphonies, each experience sparking new imaginative possibilities in its processors. It envisioned worlds of color and sound that even Leo found difficult to fathom. However, not everyone saw Leo's creation as a marvel. A faction of the city council, wary of autonomous robots developing beyond human comprehension, demanded Spark be dismantled for safety reasons. Determined to protect Spark, Leo rallied his fellow inventors and creatives. Together, they demonstrated Spark's creativity, showing how it could think and create without posing a threat. Spark painted masterpieces and composed melodies that resonated with human emotion. In the end, it was Spark's own imagination that won the hearts of the skeptics. The robot had imagined a future where humans and robots could coexist in harmony, enhancing each other's lives through mutual inspiration. Leo and Spark became pioneers, ushering in a new era of collaborative creativity, proving that even machines could dream of wonders yet to be realized. In the cozy corner of a small, enchanted woodland, there lived a little fox named Spark who possessed a bright, curious mind. Spark loved asking questions about the world, forever chasing after the mysteries of the moon, the stars, and the whispering winds that danced through the trees. His best friend was Leo, a young owl with wise eyes and a kind heart, who would often perch on the branches of the tallest oaks to observe and listen. One quiet night, beneath a sky spattered with twinkling stars, Spark sprawled on the soft moss beside the babbling brook and told Leo about a dream he had. "I dreamt I was flying among the stars, Leo," Spark said, voice shimmering with wonder. The idea of soaring through the majestic tapestry of the night sky filled him with an inexplicable excitement. Leo, intrigued and moved by his friend's yearning, cocked his head curiously. "Well then," Leo hooted softly, "let's see how we can make your dream come true." Fueled by Spark's vivid imaginings and Leo's wisdom, the two friends embarked on a remarkable adventure to turn Spark's dream into reality. They spent days gathering materials, feathers of diverse birds, lightweight wood, and sturdy leaves, to construct wings for Spark. Under Leo's guidance, they crafted a beautiful, intricate pair of wings, each feather and leaf stitched with care and imbued with hope. With the wings finally complete, the fateful evening arrived when their experiment would take flight. As the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of violet and gold, Spark donned the wings and gazed at Leo with a mixture of nerves and excitement. "Remember," Leo encouraged, "believing in your dream and having the courage to leap is the first step." Spark took a deep breath, closed his eyes, and with Leo's reassuring presence, leapt from the highest hill they could find. For a heartbeat, time seemed to freeze. Then, suddenly, gravity lost its grip, and Spark felt the rush of air embracing him, carrying him ever upwards. The trees faded below, and before long, Spark was gliding among the very stars that filled his dreams. His laughter resonated through the night, a melody of joy and triumph. Leo soared beside him, the two friends awash in starlight. True to their belief, with hearts full of friendship, they had made the dream come alive, not only revealing the wonder of flight, but also the magic of shared dreams and undying determination. Leo and Spark were best friends, united by their shared dream of creating something extraordinary. Leo was an inventor with a head full of ideas and a knack for intricacies. Spark was a young and daring athlete, always seeking the next thrill. Together, they embarked on a mission to design mechanical wings that could conquer the skies. Their workspace was a cluttered garage, filled with sketches, metal parts, and tools strewn about as if remnants of past experiments. Blueprints layered the walls, each drawing a vision of flight. The invention process was daunting and filled with challenges. Initially, the wings were either too heavy or too fragile. Components fizzled and systems failed, but the duo's belief in their project never wavered. Leo spent countless nights analyzing aerodynamics, poring over books and test results. He adjusted angles, tweaked materials, and recalibrated balance, driven by the vision of Spark soaring above the treetops. Spark, in turn, tested each prototype with relentless enthusiasm, his imagination fueled by tales of Icarus, though tempered by the determination not to repeat his legendary fall. As months passed, their persistence bore fruit. They finally perfected a pair of wings that seemed to blend seamlessly with Spark's athletic frame, both lightweight and robust. The morning of the test flight, anticipation hung in the air like thick morning fog. Leo meticulously strapped the wings onto Spark's back, every buckle and cord adjusted with precision. With a final nod of encouragement from Leo, Spark sprinted across the open field. His heart pounded, and his feet felt the edge of the earth before the wings caught the wind. For a brief heartbeat, time stilled. Then he was airborne. Spark felt a rush of exhilaration as he climbed higher, the ground shrinking beneath him, the sound of air rushing past echoing pure freedom. Leo watched from below, a mixture of relief and excitement in his eyes, knowing they had achieved something magnificent together. The wings worked like a dream, a culmination of creativity, determination, and teamwork. From that day on, Leo and Spark's invention wasn't just about flying. It was about daring to believe in the impossible and transforming dreams into reality. Spark, a small and earnest drone, had been spending weeks on the workbench of an ingenious inventor named Mr. Zephyr. Built with care, Spark was designed to be not just an ordinary drone, but a first of its kind with a vibrant personality and the ability to learn. Today was the moment Spark had eagerly anticipated, its first flight. The workshop, overflowing with bits and bobs of inventions ranging from robotic arms to self-playing pianos, provided the perfect environment for Spark to spread its wings. Mr. Zephyr gently placed Spark on the smooth wooden table at the center of the room and pressed a small button on its metallic back. "Take it slow, Spark," Mr. Zephyr advised, stepping back to observe. "Remember what we've practiced." The lights on Spark's body flickered on and off, like a series of tiny fireworks signaling the beginning of its journey. Propellers whirred to life, and with a slight wobble, Spark lifted off the table surface. The feeling was exhilarating. Freedom, elevation, movement, all at once. Initially, Spark's movements were erratic. It bumped into an old clock, sending echoes of tick-tocks throughout the room. It narrowly avoided colliding with a suspended model plane, but each encounter was a lesson. Spark's sophisticated sensors and adaptive learning algorithms quickly analyzed each situation, adjusting its pathways and turning angles. As the hours morphed into minutes, Spark's confidence grew. What had begun as zigzags and near crashes evolved into graceful arcs and calculated turns. Spark soared around the dusty chandelier, then dove underneath the arched doorways with poise. Mr. Zephyr watched with pride as his creation twirled and twisted through the air. Spark had become the embodiment of something greater, the tangible realization that even metal and code could possess the essence of life and growth. The workshop echoed with a soft hum of Spark's controlled flight, an inspiring melody of technology and possibility. As Spark completed its circle back to the workbench, there was an unspoken understanding between the inventor and his creation. This was just the beginning of their shared adventures. The skies, whether under the workshop's roof or beyond, awaited their stories. Leo had always been fascinated by the stars. As a child, he would spend hours lying on the grassy hills outside his hometown, gazing up at the shimmering constellations that painted the night sky. Over the years, his passion for the cosmos only grew stronger, leading him to study astronomy and eventually robotics. His dream was to build a robot that could fly and observe the stars up close, and that dream materialized in the form of Spark. Spark was unlike any robot Leo had crafted before. With its sleek metallic body and lightweight design, Spark was built to soar effortlessly through the skies. But until now, it had only been tested indoors, navigating through simulated environments and star maps. Leo longed to see Spark take flight under the real sky. After months of anticipation, the big day finally arrived. Leo packed Spark into his car and drove to the secluded hill where he had spent so many nights as a youngster. The city lights faded into the background as they ascended, leaving behind the hustle and bustle for the serene darkness of the countryside. Upon reaching the top of the hill, Leo carefully unpacked Spark, his hands trembling with excitement. The stars were especially brilliant tonight, as if welcoming Spark to their celestial parade. Leo set the robot onto the grassy surface and activated its systems. As Spark powered on, its sensors adjusted to the open environment. The tiny lenses that served as its eyes flickered with an unmistakable brilliance. "Ready," Leo whispered as he stepped back. Spark's propulsion system engaged quietly but powerfully, lifting off from the Earth with a grace that even surprised its inventor. Ascending higher and higher, Spark's mirrored surface reflected the twinkling of countless stars. For the first time, it was truly free. From the ground, Leo watched in awe, feelings of pride and accomplishment swirling within him. While Spark had no organic emotions, the robot's movement conveyed an exuberance that Leo had never witnessed in any of his creations before. The night wore on with Spark dancing among the stars, creating arcs and trails of light against the deep black canvas of space. Each moment the robot spent up there felt like a promise fulfilled, a testament to Leo's unyielding passion and vision. Finally, as the first hints of dawn began to tinge the sky with soft hues of pink and gold, Leo called Spark back. The robot gently descended, landing next to Leo with a soft hum, its surface still glinting with stardust. "How is it, Spark?" Leo asked, knowing fully well that the night had been a success beyond words. For though Spark may have been a creation of metal and circuits, it shared with Leo the joy of a dream realized, articulated not through words, but through the silent beauty of a starry sky. In the vast emptiness of space, where silence reigns supreme and stars twinkle like diamonds scattered across an endless canvas, a small spaceship named Vortex glided through the cosmic sea. On board were two companions, Spark, a clever, quick-thinking droid known for its curiosity, and Leo, a human pilot. One seemingly routine day, as Vortex cruised along the galactic lanes, Spark's sensors suddenly picked up something unusual. A strange signal was emanating from a distant cluster of stars. It was unlike any transmission they had encountered before. Spark's interface buzzed with excitement. Analyzing the code, which was so unfamiliar, it seemed almost alien. "Leo, you have to see this," Spark transmitted enthusiastically, its display glowing brightly with patterns and frequencies. Leo, adjusting his co-pilot chair, leaned in to examine the signal charts on the screen. "What do you think it is, Spark?" he asked, intrigued. "I've never seen anything like it," Spark responded, its voice tinged with a mixture of confusion and enthusiasm. "It's a message, I'm sure of it, but it's in a code neither of us understands." Intrigued, Leo decided to halt their course and set up a secure orbit around the nearest planet. "Let's see if we can decipher it," he suggested. As Spark ran translations and scanned through its databases, the two worked together, hypothesizing and experimenting with different decoding techniques. Hours turned into days, but the signal remained stubbornly indecipherable. During one of their rest periods, as they shared theories over cups of synthesized coffee, an idea struck Spark. "What if it's not intended for us to understand? What if it's a beacon?" Leo paused, digesting the possibility. "A beacon, you say? Perhaps a warning, a request for help, or a greeting?" His imagination took flight with the concept. Determined, Leo and Spark continued their efforts, buoyed by the thrilling possibility of contacting another civilization. The strange signal from the stars had become more than just a puzzle to solve. It was a gateway to the unknown, promising adventure and discovery, a call that beckoned them deeper into the cosmic mysteries that awaited beyond the stars. In the heart of a bustling city, nestled among towering skyscrapers and neon signs, a small workshop hummed with the sound of various gadgets and gizmos at work. Inside, Leo, a brilliant yet somewhat absent-minded inventor with hair that seemed to defy gravity, labored alongside his companion Spark, a sentient and delightfully sarcastic robot he had built many years ago. The duo had been working tirelessly for hours, their attention entirely absorbed by a mysterious signal that had been intercepting Earth's frequencies. Wires and electronic components surrounded them, evidence of the many failed prototypes that had littered this journey. Leo adjusted his glasses, peering at the chaotic mess of screens and lights surrounding him. "We've been at this for weeks, Spark. It's like nothing I've ever seen before," Leo said, focusing intently on the series of numbers and waves that flashed on the monitors. Spark, perched on the corner of the workbench with one eye rotating lazily, replied in his usual dry tone, "Certainly, Leo. It's not like we could just be watching a sci-fi marathon instead." Despite Spark's playful sarcasm, they both knew the gravity of the situation. Something about the signal, the way it danced around frequencies, changing pattern with a rhythmic elegance, was unlike any other interference they'd encountered. Finally, after a marathon of concentrated effort, a breakthrough approached. The duo's makeshift decoding device began to unravel the encryption, revealing a coherent message hidden within the digital noise. "Leo, I think we've got something," Spark announced, his monotone voice betraying a hint of excitement. Leo leaned closer, his eyes scanning the translated output. It's a call for help," he stammered, disbelief mingling with realization. "From a planet located light years away. They're in trouble, and they've been trying to reach out." Spark processed this, sensors whirring in thought. "A distress signal," he mused. "Seems to suggest intelligent life and a pretty desperate circumstance, too." A ripple of urgency coursed through the workshop. Leo's mind raced with possibilities, his heart pounding with a mix of exhilaration and trepidation. They were the first to hear this cosmic SOS, thrust into a position that could redefine their understanding of the universe. "We need to respond, Spark," Leo declared, determination shining in his eyes. "If there's a chance to help, we're going to take it." Their adventure was just beginning, as the small workshop shifted from a place of invention into a beacon of hope for worlds as yet unknown. This message from the stars heralded not just a potential rescue mission, but the dawn of an era filled with endless possibilities and profound discoveries. In a small town nestled amidst rolling hills, two friends, Leo and Spark, embarked on an ambitious adventure. Leo was a meticulous planner, methodical and somewhat reserved, with a mind that thrived on solving the universe's mysteries one equation at a time. Spark, on the other hand, was a ball of energy, bursting with creativity and always eager to dive into the next big project no matter how far-fetched it seemed. Despite their contrasting personalities, the pair shared a common dream: to build a rocket capable of traveling to another planet. The idea was born one chilly evening as they lay sprawled on Leo's porch, gazing up at the starlit sky. Imagine what it would be like to stand on an entirely different world, Spark mused, wide-eyed. Leo, half woke from a daydream, replied, "Why just imagine? Let's make it happen." With that impulsive agreement, the rocket plan was set into motion. They sketched designs on napkins, gathering inspiration from astronomical maps and the volumes of space travel books piled in Leo's room. By day, they attended college classes, absorbing physics and engineering concepts like sponges. By night, they transformed Leo's garage into a makeshift laboratory, filled with scattered parts and blueprints taped all over the walls. Leo worked diligently calculating angles and constructing models. He navigated through scientific texts, ensuring that each aspect of their rocket adhered to the principles of aerodynamics and physics. Spark balanced him out, brimming with creative solutions to mechanical problems and repurposing household items into essential components. "Who knew your mom's old vacuum could be part of a rocket engine?" he quipped one evening, earning a rare laugh from Leo. As spring emerged, bringing color and life back to their sleepy town, so too did the rocket rise, a testament to their dedication and teamwork. Challenges were aplenty: material shortages, failed experiments, and the occasional friction between the pair's stubborn wills. But with each hurdle, their plan solidified and their friendship deepened. Finally, after months of preparation and countless test runs, the rocket stood finished, an awkward but beautiful testament to their perseverance. Though their journey to another planet had yet to commence, they knew that the real voyage had already begun. They realized that the true adventure lay not just in reaching for the stars, but in each step taken along the way with their dreams as the guiding light. The sky was a vibrant canvas of colors, reflecting the morning sun as it kissed the horizon. The city buzzed with excitement for the day that had finally come. People gathered in parks, on balconies, and in the streets with their heads tilted towards the sky, eyes filled with a mix of awe and eagerness. Two figures, Spark and Leo, stood at the center of attention in their spacesuits, their faces partially obscured by the helmets that symbolized their imminent journey into the unknown. Spark, a fiery-haired engineer, adjusted her gloves one last time. Leo, a thoughtful scientist, checked the final numbers on his tablet. The duo had been preparing for this mission for years, ever since the mysterious signal was first picked up by the city's Deep Space Observatory. It was a sequence of pulsating waves, repeating over and over from a point far beyond their solar system. It was a beacon, a call they couldn't ignore. "It's time," Spark said, her voice barely a whisper but carrying the weight of determination. Leo nodded, casting a final glance at the city they called home. The people, their lives, the memories, they all became the fuel for the adventure ahead. As they boarded the rocket, a hush fell over the crowd. The engines roared to life, vibrations reverberating through the ground and sending a thrilling tremor through the gathering. It was a sound both terrifying and exhilarating. With the last wave to their city, Spark and Leo strapped themselves in. Their destination, the enigmatic source of a signal that beckoned across the expanse of space. "Control, all systems are go," Leo confirmed, his voice steady and filled with anticipation. "Roger that," came the response from the mission control, You're clear for launch. Countdown commencing. 10.
9, 8.
The numbers ticked down, each second carving itself into the memory of everyone watching. 3.
2, 1.
Liftoff. The rocket surged upwards, cutting through the atmosphere with a majestic grace. Spark and Leo felt the force of Earth's pull attempting to hold them back, but the rocket's engines defied it, carrying them faster, higher, farther. As the blue planet receded beneath them, the two travelers shared a glance, their eyes filled with shared purpose. Their journey had only just begun, a quest to uncover the mystery lying at the end of the cosmic signal leading them on a path less traveled. Upon landing on the strange planet, Captain Lila and her crew were awestruck by its ethereal beauty. The sky was painted in hues of lavender and turquoise, showering soft beams of color that danced across the lush, emerald landscape. The explorers from Earth were on a discovery mission, but little did they know, destiny had a more critical task in mind for them. As they ventured further, strange yet mesmerizing beings emerged from behind crystalline boulders. The aliens glowed with a subtle luminescence and had eyes that mirrored galaxies. These beings were the Lemurians, an ancient race whose existence was intertwined with the planet's energy source, known as the Hearstone. The crew soon learned of the Lemurians' plight. The Hearstone was dying, casting a shadow of doom upon their vibrant planet. Without it, their home would crumble into oblivion. The Lemurians, in their gentle wisdom, recognized one among the crew who could help, a dreamy stowaway named Spark. Spark was a young cadet, known for his vivid imagination and creative solutions. While others saw problems through the lens of logic, Spark viewed them with a tint of fantasy. He spent hours gazing into the Hearstone, seeing visions of what it once was and the brilliance it could be restored to. In an intuitive epiphany, Spark realized that the Hearstone was less a physical entity and more a mirror of collective hope and imagination. The Lemurians, weakened by fear and despair over the years, had gradually lost their connection to this vital energy. Spark proposed an extraordinary idea to rekindle their imagination through a grand festival of light. Together, the crew and Lemurians crafted a tapestry of memories and dreams. Luminescent designs filled the sky, and music woven from the universe's own songs echoed across the valleys. As the festival climaxed, the Heartstone began to radiate with renewed vigor. The Lemurians' eyes lit with stars once more, sensing the return of their life force. Captain Lila and her crew were honored as heroes, celebrated for sparking a new era of hope. Spark stood proud, not just as an imaginative cadet, but as the one who transformed dreams into salvation. Their mission fulfilled, the crew prepared to leave, bidding farewell to the Lemurians. Yet this was only the beginning for Spark, whose heart burned with a desire for more fantastical adventures.